Come join us and learn how to make the traditional more korumbu. Amma, my mother Indu Narayanan, will explain the preparation with all its nuances. In order to prep for this dish, you need to prepare a paste, and for that you need to soak ingredients for 90 minutes. Tur dal 2 teaspoons, chana dal 1 teaspoon, green chilies, sambar powder and coconut. Grind these into a coarse paste with salt, half a spoon and asafoetida. You can use a variety of vegetables for this dish, either lady's finger, ash gourd, brinjal, some of the options that you can use. Cut these vegetables in big chunks and shallow fry in a pan and keep it separately. For the buttermilk prep, prepare buttermilk close to a liter, add salt and turmeric while cooking. Amma will now explain all the nuances in making this preparation. Good morning, Amma. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Takanna. What do you want me to make today?
Yeah, first I thought we'll start off telling everybody about the cooking traditions in our home.
Okay.
And I want to understand where you learned your cooking from and tell me more about Rajma Patti.
Okay. See, I've always felt that cooking need not be learnt, though you have to have a general idea about the ingredients that go into making a particular item. It is just you have to have your taste buds have to be very strong. It has to be very accurate. That is very, very important. So that is what when my mother used to cook, she used to ask me, why you are not coming into the kitchen at all? I say, Mama, I can eat very well, tasty food cooked by you. So that is how I slowly picked up, just observed her what she used to do while seasoning. And these are the things, these are the small little nuances that makes it different from others cooking, generally others cooking. My mother was extraordinarily a good cook.
That's great, Amma. So let's. What's on menu? What's on the menu today? What are you going to cook today?
Today I have decided since Vendaka is there, bindi is available as a pieces of vegetable that goes into making. Today I am going to make bindi, more korumbu in Tamil we call it. That is, how do you say it?
Curry. It's like a curry.
It's not exactly an equivalent of curry, but it is somewhat like curry made out of
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Very nice. So, can you tell us what are the ingredients that you've prepared? It looks like you've done a bunch of prep.
This is the bindi I told you about. Cut it into such about an inch and a little bit more pieces. And then first what you do, you fry this bindi since it's a sticky vegetable. We generally fry it with a little bit of a table and a spoon and a half oil. Just put it without any seasoning or anything. Just fry it for some time.
And the meaning behind frying it for some time is it to reduce the stickiness that is natural in bindi?
Exactly. And it probably that frying adds to that is also you can take it as a nuance. One of the nuances.
Very nice. And you fry it on high flame?
High flame. Since you are doing it, without leaving it on a slow fire or anything, you can do it without any problem. The blackness will not, it will not, what do you say?
Scald.
Yeah,
okay.
It will not get...
Very nice. And so when you do this, do you put some salt in this?
Yeah, that softens the vegetable a little bit.
Very nice. So as this one
just required for the bindi that you're frying.
Okay, just for that
just required
for that amount. Okay.
Because that is hygroscopic. It gives out some water, so there is softness with oil. It gets cooked.
Very nice. So I will always notice that you season the salt in multiple, like in the case of the more korumbu, you put it in the buttermilk. Now you seem to have seasoned the vendaka. So that seems to be, and then I also think you season the masala that goes into the buttermilk. What is the reason behind that?
Yes. See, if I add too much of salt required for the entire buttermilk, there may be too much of salt going into the vegetable.
Got it. So this one is so that it absorbs
just required and helps in getting softened fast.
Got it. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go look at the ingredients that you have, I think you've soaked them, if I'm
Yeah.
not wrong, right? Soaked
Yeah.
and ground them. So we'd like
Yeah.
to look at that. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
very beautiful colors in this.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what the ingredients are?
See, what you require is, first, this is 1 teaspoon of tur dal. That is, what gram it is? Arar ki dal, and 1 teaspoon of chana dal. This should be soaked in water well for about an hour.
Okay.
And then this is the one which adds flavor to the aroma to the morkorambu. That is cumin seeds.
Okay.
That is about 2 tablespoons. Just
Okay.
about, you can see the quantity.
Okay.
And then coconut is required. And green chilies. Green chilies, I mean, as per your taste, as per how much you can handle the spices.
Okay.
This is what I have ground. All this.
But I
put
also
together.
noticed one special ingredient. Is this look? This looks
Oh,
like.
I am sorry.
Okay.
This is the one sambar powder. This my mother never used to add. This I have started doing it.
It's your innovation.
Yeah, it is. This is what I have. The modern cooking, I should say, with tradition.
Okay. And it sounds like you've soaked it. You've soaked these dal and jeera and coconut and green chilies, and then you seem to have ground it into a coarse grain
Coarse,
paste.
not very coarse. Any masala ground very smooth will lose that aroma.
Okay.
So it should be ground little before the smoothness of the paste.
Okay.
You see.
I'm
it
focusing
is
on
green.
this. Hopefully,
Yeah.
the viewers can see that. So, and it sounds like you also have prepared the buttermilk.
No,
And
I
get it
haven't
ready?
yet. You can show. I mean, you can use the quantity of buttermilk I'm using.
That
today.
seems to be around
About a liter.
a liter,
Little about more than a liter.
liter of buttermilk.
Yeah.
And how are you going to do the prep next?
I've added a little bit of turmeric is always good for your stomach. So we believe in adding turmeric in almost in our cooking.
So you added turmeric into the bindi.
Bindi, and I am adding water because it is soft and you can see the size of the pieces are shrunken.
Okay. Very nice.
So now I allow it to cook little bit in water so that it is cooked really well. You can keep it covered also if you want.
So that how long will it take for the bindi to fry?
Bindi gets, now that it is fried, it gets cooked say in about 5 minutes time.
Okay.
Hopefully it should get cooked
Okay.
within a short time. In the meantime, we can prepare the buttermilk.
Okay.
And kadhi patta is a must.
Okay. Okay. I'll get you some kadhi patta.
Yeah.
Why do you like using so much of kadhi patta in your cooking?
I can go without coriander leaves, but kadhi patta is a must in my cooking because it is so good for your health, and then it adds good aroma to the whatever you prepare. So I feel kadhi patta is a must in almost all the dishes I use lavishly.
Okay.
Now I am preparing the buttermilk before we use it with my turmeric powder, the kadhi patta, salt to taste.
And how much would that be roughly in a spoon?
See, I'm used to using my hand always, andaza they call it, but it is about, you can say, a teaspoon and a half. Salt is always to taste for anybody.
A teaspoon and a half of salt in like
I have
almost
added just now.
into a liter of buttermilk. You
Buttermilk.
stir it
Yeah.
and then you put that on the flame.
No, not flame at this stage.
Okay.
Now next is, let us see if bindi has been cooked. Yeah, it is almost cooked. 75% cooked, doesn't matter, because we are going to cook this with the ground paste of more korambu masala.
Okay.
Yeah. One more thing, anything which is little semi-liquidy, it won't get cooked that fast. You have to add little more water to it as you are adding masala. At the same time, it should not be too liquidy also.
Typically, we associate more korambu with a festive meal. Why
Yes.
is that? What is the? I don't think we make it that often, but when we make it, it's usually on
On
a
all
festival day.
days, yes.
Uh-huh.
We feel that buttermilk, butter, milk, they are all associated with the prasad for the deity. So probably that is the reason. This is my guess. I haven't asked my mother, but my daughter has asked me now. This is what I feel should be the reason. This is invariably for every marriage, for every festival day, you will see our cooking will include this more korambu, the so-called kaddi.
Very nice. And how long should this the masala now cook in the
It's about 7 to 10 minutes.
7 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So in many ways, the vegetable will continue to cook in this mixture.
That is why even if it is 75% cooked, I have added this thing masala to it, so that again it will get cooked along with the masala.
Very
isn't
nice.
it?
Very nice.
Now at this stage, probably you can put the salt. Have I added it in the buttermilk?
You have.
Yeah. Then fine. I should not be. Idila puttu. It's better to divide. Use 2 parts of salt, one in the masala and one in the buttermilk.
Okay.
This is where I went wrong. It's a slip.
So it sounds like that is cooking. You also seem to be.
Yeah, and one more thing. In traditional cooking, nothing is cooked in a jiffy. The procedure is very, very important. That is again another nuance. High flame does not mean that the thing will get cooked. Faster it gets cooked, the full taste probably doesn't seep in. The essence of the taste doesn't seep into the dish that you prepare.
Yeah, you're essentially teaching us traditional cooking that probably ran into multiple hours,
Yes.
right? But do you have any techniques for the modern day?
That's why
modern days?
people you come out with crock pot and this and that. Crock pot again is a very slow cooking. That's a very tasty preparation. I have seen it in my daughter's place in the US.
Very nice.
Crock pot is very slow cooking.
Very nice.
And those days in Koila, they used to cook in India, particularly down south, not even Koila, Lakdi ke. Veragadapu, yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So, have you evolved and innovated on the techniques that your mom has used? I saw the sambar podi. Are there any other things that you've evolved and innovated since your mother's traditions?
No, my mother was very particular about the procedure, the slowness of the thing that is cooked and the way it is seasoned. That is very, very important. Nowadays we tend to season first as the sambar is boiling. She would say she would never accept with that. Seasoning at the end, once everything is done, then
adds the extra flavors.
Flavor.
Very nice.
Right.
Very nice.
That is what.
So you're now checking to see your mixture is, the masala has started cooking. You can see. So sounds like you're going to add some more water.
Yeah, it is thicker. The liquidy part of it. The thing takes time to get cooked.
Okay.
The vegetable takes time to get cooked. Now maybe another 2-3 minutes I will add this one.
There's one nuance I noticed in your more kornbu. I noticed that you never cook the buttermilk for too long.
No.
Is that part of, because your more kornbu always tastes very different than.
Because my mother has always, no, she used to make 7-8 varieties of more kornbu. Once she would not even boil it. So those who like that freshness of the
Buttermilk.
ingredients added, the buttermilk, they would love it. But little bit boiling, not much of boiling, so that it doesn't curdle.
Okay. So
It doesn't split into water
and
that
the
is the
solids.
least- yeah,
Okay.
sorry, yeah.
So it sounds like the technique is that you cook the masala and then towards the end is when you seem to add the buttermilk. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about totally, say this quantity of more kornbu takes about half an hour or 40 minutes, say 40 minutes. 30 minutes is devoted towards cooking, putting the masala, cooking of the masala and that part. And just add buttermilk, allow it to boil, say for about maximum 3 to 5 minutes.
After you put the buttermilk.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
And finally, season it. I'll show you the seasoning also.
Okay. So the same more kornbu, the base that you use can also be used for more kornbu vada. I want to understand how would you make.
Sans vegetable.
So you make plain more kornbu and soak the vadas in it.
Yeah.
And what are the other vegetables that are very traditionally used in more kornbu?
The best vegetable used is, ash gourd.
White pumpkin.
Vellapushnika, white pumpkin. That is the best in huge, longer pieces.
Big chunks.
Big chunks. And bindi is of course the next option. Katrika, baingan.
Katrika more kornbu.
Katrika more kornbu.
And more kornbu vada.
Yes.
Any other?
And shundeka, the dried. I will show you the shundeka, which we have fortunately, but it is available nowadays in the market. But since people live in flats, I don't think this shundeka can be grown at anybody's place. And I can show you the shundeka that can be fried and put. That has a different flavor. Shundeka more kornbu.
Okay. So meanwhile, I'm just showing the viewers the more kornbu mixture that is cooking in the bandli. Meanwhile, Amma is bringing the chundika that she is.
Particularly in pandemic time, when the vegetables are not readily available, these things, and this one is bitter when it is, when it is just raw stage, then we remove the seeds and it is available ready in the market.
Correct.
This is called, I don't know what it is called in English, chundeka you call it. This can be fried and just as we put...
Can you put it in the seasoning? Can you put the chundika in the seasoning?
Yes, that can also be done.
Very nice. So instead of either brinjal or lady's finger, or for instance you talked about ash gourd, you can also make chundika instead of this.
Right.
Very nice.
The reason for this is probably in olden days they never made any, they call it motta kolambu. Motta kolambu means without any vegetable, without anything. Something should be added for auspicious occasion. So this is the alternate.
And it sounds like people were able to preserve this and in villages, and so when you didn't have fresh vegetables, you could use this.
Yeah.
That seems to have been the
reason.
Makes sense.
Okay, now we can add.
Okay. So do you want to, is it now ready for us to add the buttermilk?
I think we are almost there. And this makes a good side dish for doshas. I must say that.
How long more will this cook?
About 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
So it is the morkorbu is ready now. This is the consistency it has right now. If you feel you can thicken this, you can add thickener like arsi maavu, rice powder about a tablespoon mixed in water, and just before getting it off the fire, you can add that. That will thicken the morkorbu.
Okay.
So I am switching it off now. For tadka, I am going to heat the pan. This is the final stage of morkorbu, and this is very, very important. I believe even in hotels, chefs, they add the tadka, they are very particular about. About 2 spoons of oil.
And it sounds like you're getting your Anjana Petti. Can you
Anjana
show
Petti,
us your
yes,
Anjana Petti?
Yeah. My mother used to have it made of wood, huge one. Each container can handle about a kilo of all the pulses. And
What do you have in your Anjana Petti?
I have sesame, not
Mustard
sesame,
seeds.
mustard seeds, dhania, fenugreek, very important, then pepper, jeera, and then 2 dals, the
Urad.
chana dal and urad dal.
Very nice. And so what are you going to use for this?
Now, right now, first thing I will use is fenugreek.
That's a very distinctive flavor.
Yeah, it has, and it is so good for health. Not only good for health, this makes all the magic.
And it seems to add a lot of flavor to your morkorbu. I've
Right.
noticed that you
Yeah.
use it in a pretty generous quantity.
Yeah.
How much is that?
I use about a teaspoon, you can
Okay.
say.
Okay.
And that should be added first and wait till it gets more than golden brown, little more than golden brown. Red mirchi vechikirda.
It's right there. And it sounds like you're going to add a red mirchi for
Yeah.
extra flavor and
So you
spice.
see the fenugreek
Yes.
almost brown.
And the smell
Little
is
more, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then add about mustard seeds and then nothing else. With this asafoetida powder.
Okay.
I can even switch it off. It is all done.
And it's crackling beautifully.
Yeah. Because it should not over fry.
Very nice. Will you also use some curry patta now?
Yeah, I have it in my hand.
Okay.
And kadhi patta, never cut it with a katti or scissors. You use your finger, nails rather. That is the best cutter.
Very nice. Very flavorful.
Yeah, this is what my mother says makes all the difference. You can see, show it.
Looks beautiful. The colors and the flavors and the aroma. It's very, very nice. So Amma, as you wrap up your morkorbu, any last words for our viewers? We enjoyed seeing how
I
you make
enjoyed
your
making it for you. I hope I've been clear enough. The procedure, the nuances are very, very important for any cooking.
And any special message for your grandchildren?
I wish, and I'm sure they will learn. They all love my cooking, so I'm sure they will follow the procedure and they will better it, because nowadays children are very, very creative. So I'm sure they will add some more to it and make it even a better more kormu than grandma's.
I noticed that your daughter, Madhu, she used a very amazing innovation. Instead of using coconut, she used frozen corn.
Right.
And it tastes pretty amazing.
She wanted to avoid using coconut.
So she substituted corn.
Corn, yeah.
Soaked corn
So
for
these are the things nowadays. Children are more creative. I'm sure they will come out with better stuff than this.
Yeah. Thank you, Induma, for a lovely explanation of how you made your famous more korumbu. The colors are just beautiful, and the flavors and aromas amazing. So I'm looking forward to lunch.
Spoon of
Not yet. Do you want to taste it, or we can taste it with lunch?
for lunch. Okay.
Bye.
No, but right now with salt, just about.
Or you want to taste the?
Yeah, that is always the curiosity for any cook. After cooking, hope it.
Why don't you taste it and see if it meets your standard?
No, you have eaten mine, so.
The turmeric salt.
Salt is fine.
Yeah.
That is the one which always. Okay.
Thank you, Ma. Bye.